Yes, people. Let me put myself on the full screen because I can. You know, I'm a bit zoomed there. But anyone that's here, welcome to Never a Foul. If you've never been here, make sure you subscribe. Why are you laughing at me? Because you see my head. You feel I got a big head in it. You feel I got a big head in it. You think you're funny, you man. You know what? How about this then? How about this?
Yeah, that's much better.
Yeah, but I'm gonna on Zoom anyways when I go over there. You just threw my whole intro. Can't believe you guys, man. You know what makes my day worse? Chelsea have lowered their price for Mason Mount, and it's just coming. And guess who's getting Tonali for the exact same price? It doesn't mean Man United are going to pay 60 million. They might pay near 60 million. Tonali to Newcastle is actually a damn thing. And now we're going to have to big prop on Chelsea because we're about to fund Chelsea to go get Caicedo. We're going to have to talk about Chelsea getting rid of all their deadwood and showing every club how to get, other than Man City, how to get rid of deadwood clean, clear, good money, and bringing good players, you know? Good young players, experienced players that know how to... Hey, you think Roman Abramovich is still in charge of that club? So, in my opinion, if you haven't done so, smash the like button because this is going to be a heavy topic on Chelsea, I'd say. I'm pretty sure there's going to be some Arsenal tears in it all. There's going to be a bit of saltiness. Daps' long 5-minute speech every time he has to get his point across before he says, whoa, whoa, whoa. And yeah, man, just got to be the way it goes. But yeah, how is the companions doing today? Let me go to Dawood. What are you saying, man? I feel like I haven't streamed with you personally in a long time.
Yeah, it's been a minute. I'm satisfied. I'm happy my club's been aggressive in the market. I'd rather make deals. I've said 2 words and you're laughing already. Chill out, bro. So I'm happy my team's been aggressive in the market. Yeah, get down to business, get a few deals done by the end of the week, and yeah, can't be more than satisfied.
Why are you, Mo, man? You're laughing. Why are you laughing?
I'm just laughing at Dawood because he's saying my club has been aggressive. They just funded Chelsea to go get Caicedo with £65 million. And he's happy about it. He's one of these fans, Dawood.
One second. Have you got any inside sources? Because I haven't heard Caicedo to Arsenal. I mean, Caicedo to Chelsea, here we go.
Well,
here we go. But listen, we're going to sit here. We're going to just deny it. We're going to just put our head in the sand and say that it's not happening.
Until you have the Chelsea shirt on, it's not over. That's all I want to say.
Oh my God!
I'm not. You can't. But you're still trying to get the Declan Rice deal over the line, and you think that Caicedo is basically a free run. But we'll talk about it. Look, this is the whole point.
Can I finish what I was going to say about Dawood?
Of course you can.
Okay. I was listening to Lee. Okay. Shout out to Lee, to be honest. Honest opinion. He literally said that, right? He said, I can't take Arsenal fans that will go to work for Havertz, get these compilations, trust in Arteta and everything he does, while 2 minutes ago, it's exactly what he said. 2 minutes ago, they were saying Kai Havertz is shit, Kai Havertz is bad, Kai Havertz is this and that, and now because your club is signing him, you're bigging your club up. It might work, it might not. I'm not going to sit here and assume or talk or tell you that I know the future. But the signs are Kai Havertz, as a deal at the moment, is an absolute trash deal for Arsenal and a fantastic deal for Chelsea Football Club. For 65 million for Kai Havertz, for someone who stunk every single time he played at Chelsea for 3 years, I think that's not a bargain. So for you to come here and say it's an aggressive move from you, you literally just bend and let Chelsea do the job. It's as simple as that. I'm sorry. It's not you, of course. It's nothing personal. It's just for me, in my opinion, what Arsenal did is go and fund Chelsea project.
Yeah.
Dawood, you don't want to see it. You don't want to see it, Dawood. But I want you to tell me honestly that a month ago, you were thinking that Havertz is a good player.
1,000,000%. 100,000,000%. Look, can you hear the bomb? Can you hear the fireworks?
Yes.
You need the fireworks.
That's for Havertz. That's Havertz.
That's Havertz getting announced. That's Havertz getting announced. That's all my Arsenal neighbours. They just saw the Havertz on the Arsenal website were celebrating because they know we've got a Champions League winner. Okay. How many? I want to ask you a question, Kaz. How many players have you got in your team that's got in a Champions League final?
Well, he has someone who won it 4 times and someone else who won it 5 times.
There you
I
go.
didn't ask that question, Mo. I asked the question. My question was, how many
Question, bro. I just answered your question.
Yeah, how about we got a person that actually has won it more times than any of your players combined?
Okay. So you're not able to answer that question because you know that we've got a Champions League scoring winner. Okay.
Are we
He's
gonna
coming with that
do this?
mentality. Okay. Arteta knows how to get good players and to make them into great players. So disrespect
Akhi
Arsenal all you want.
Dawood,
Disrespect
wallahi,
Havertz all you want.
I don't disrespect
cooking
Arsenal.
next
I
season.
actually want Arsenal to get better players so they can challenge Man City. You are absolutely
Wait,
deluded.
I've got to go here. Yeah. So in his first, all right, Arteta every single play he makes better. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
First team side. No squad players because I know you're going to mention squad players. No squad players.
No. We're gonna start from 2021. Tomiyasu, 16 million. Nuno Tavares,
Great back,
65 million. No, it's not even about Sambi Lakonga. Did he make any of these guys that are potential? Because this is what we're talking about. Kai Havertz is potential, right? Kai Havertz is not a first team player. He's a squad player. Let's be honest. And you bought him for 65 million. So yes and no. You can't really say Pepe's this signing. He just had to deal with it. But these are. I'm just saying you 3 players that Arteta didn't make any better. And then all of a sudden, come on, man. Let's be real.
Don't do that, Dawood. Please be honest with us.
I'm being honest.
I want you once to be honest with us, and just say wallahi that you think that 65 million for Kai Havertz is a good deal. Is a good. You paid the exact same money they paid for him 3 years ago.
No,
they literally paid 68 million.
No. Don't come with fake thingy transfer rumors. I mean stats. Sorry, okay. He did not go to Chelsea for 65 million pounds. Okay, the whole package was nearly 100 million euros.
It was 72 million
when he went to Chelsea.
It was 72 million.
I'm actually on the transfer website. It's 80 million euros. Do the math. It's 68 million pounds.
That's excluding add-ons.
I don't think it is. I think it was 72 million pounds. Go show me where it was 100 million pounds.
I need 100 million pounds. I said the whole package was 100 million euros.
Yeah,
68 million pounds, I swear, guys. Okay.
No.
85 million.
Anyway, maybe with bonuses. Okay, just later with bonuses. Okay. 72 with bonuses. 72.
It's like this though. Not all their bonuses are going to be hit. Like Bruno Fernandes now, it was never 60 million for Man United because there's a certain bonus you can never hit, which one of them was found out to be the Ballon d'Or thing, and now he cost Man United 43 million pounds. Martial as well. Ballon d'Or clause didn't hit that, so actually Martial cost about 35 million pounds for Man United, not 50 million. So that whole song, 50 million pounds down the drain. Tony Martial scores again. It's got to change to 35 million now. So it was never 100. Some bonuses never get hit, and to be honest, I don't think he hit any bonus. If we're deep in it, I don't think he hit probably any bonuses for Chelsea
Champions League.
Yeah, I saw that one, but there's going to be more to it. I'm just trying to.
So let me 72 million. Let's just call it 72 million.
No. I saw my one, the article I sent you guys. It was 75 million pounds. The whole package. So that goes out to around 85 million euros.
You just said 100 million euros.
That's excluding add-ons and everything.
Okay, so 85 million euros, Dawood. Just to get you straight, 85 million euros is seven. My point, Dawood, is that you paid 65 million for someone who really had a terrible
60 million.
No, it's 65, G.
5 million add-ons. 5 million add-ons.
Have you seen the 5 million? No, because that's what we're going to do, because everyone likes to say 85 million Anthony. So we're going to say, 65 million for Havertz.
Okay. We're talking about money.
5 million is guaranteed.
Okay.
5 million is guaranteed.
Okay. 65 million. 24 years old. Can play numerous positions. Scored in the Champions League final.
What position?
German international. Plays under every single manager. Every single manager at Chelsea is playing under. Okay. Are you being
serious?
Been restricted at Chelsea. 1 second. The style of football Chelsea play is against what Havertz is as a player. Okay. Long balls, hold up play. What is he? What kind of football is that? Is that Stoke City? Okay. When it comes to Arsenal, we're playing Bro, I'm a student of the
Dawood,
game.
not
I've
the
watched the
point.
game
Dawood,
numerous times, bro.
you are
I know the
missing the
football Arteta
point.
wants to play. Left
Exactly.
center slash attacking midfield. He's gonna cook in that position. He's gonna
Not
absolutely cook in that
the
position.
point, Dawood. Not the point. The point is he had terrible 3 years at Chelsea or not at Chelsea, and you just went and gave him 65 million. That's the problem. Arteta making him a good player or not, that's besides the point.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're here to listen, Dawood. Me and you, we argued Havertz many times, and I want to move on from Havertz. Just let me do these super chats because we're here to talk a little bit different about Chelsea. So City Bias TV is saying we will hijack the Rice deal. Arsenal joke, men. Thank you so much, City Bias, for the super chat. And Don, big up Mo, Dawood, Cass, smash the like, people. Thank you so much, Don, for the super chat. Appreciate you. Big up for everybody that is here, guys. If you want to get your opinion, you want to get your questions, please, we're welcome. You know how it is. You get us. We're gonna stop, do the super chats every at some point in the middle of the show. We'll do it like 3-4 times depending on what we get. But I want to move on to Chelsea. I call Chelsea dead, done, but now they're doing the business, as Cass wrote in the thing. They're showing the people how to do the business. Do you think that, Dawood? Do you think Chelsea are showing the people, other clubs, how to do business?
Chelsea are showing the people how to make bad recruitment. Okay, because Koulibaly, less than a year at Chelsea, already gone. Mendy was quality for Chelsea, and then for some reason they stopped playing him, got rid of him. They lost profit on Mendy. They lost profit on Koulibaly. They've lost profit on Kai Havertz. Mason Mount, an academy player, selling them to a rival club.
Makes up all that profit, one more.
No,
by
but
the
they're
way.
selling them to a rival club, strengthening Man United.
It's not strengthening, really, is it?
I think so. Mason Mount's a decent player.
He's weakening us.
Okay, if you don't rate him, you don't rate him. The recruitment, the reason why everyone's hyping Chelsea all their sales is because they've got 45 players in their squad. They've got 45 players, and they've only sold 5 players. Okay, they've got 40 players left in their squad. Okay, they've still got a massive squad. They still need to recruit. They're still weak. They still need a proper defender. They need an out-and-out striker. They still need a holding midfielder, and they haven't bought them 3 positions yet. They still need a top keeper. That's 4 positions that they haven't recruited yet, and everyone's hyping up Chelsea. Get your recruitment right first, then we'll hype up.
But do you say this is their recruitment going right first now, though? Like, do you not think that Todd Bowley might have done that thing that was reported at the end of the window? Like, he's going to step down and let obviously people do their jobs respectively. You know, the ones they did get was the ones from Brighton, right? And you know they still.
And I also forgot, they've also strengthened Man City. They sold Kovacic to Man City.
Yeah, it's a squad player, but they just lost Gundogan, so that's when you think about like for like, that's a big loss as it currently stands, obviously. But it will obviously anyone that goes to Pep Guardiola makes this.
I know.
They
bought in Nkunku. They bought in Nkunku. What position does he play? That's another player going to Chelsea where no one knows where he plays.
Probably attacking mid, probably. I don't know. Yeah, but that's what we can say about Kai Havertz, though. You know.
No, but Arteta is good at playing players where he Martinelli, Gabriel Jesus, Granit Xhaka, all these players, no one knew where they played. But after one season, how much did you pay for? How much did you pay for Granit Xhaka? How much did you pay for him?
Yeah. How much did you pay?
£35 million.
You're losing profit on him. How much did you pay for Pepe?
No, but he was there for 7 seasons.
Whoa! I'm asking
7 seasons.
Nah, it don't matter.
If someone's there for 7 seasons, they've recruited.
Yeah, I hear it.
Their value. But if someone's there for less than a year, then that's shocking.
I hear it. But I'm just saying, you're losing profit there. And respectively, okay, Pepe as well. You know, you're losing profit there. You know, if you're gonna get rid of Tomiyasu, if it's to be true, you're not gonna get profit on him. I'll tell you that for free because he's an injury.
We're not getting rid of him.
The whole point is it's not the idea. It's just the fact that yes, Chelsea got themselves into mess, and yeah, we're gonna keep criticizing them when we need to. 623 million is nothing light, you know. But a lot of those players now, you can say you got to put the net spend on them now because Koulibaly 30 million, but they're getting rid of him for like 20, 25. That's good stuff, you know. They're getting rid of all the players that they shouldn't have had. They get Levi Colwill in, who's free. Mason Mount probably going to go to Man United, not for 60 million plus add-ons, by the way. It's not going to happen. Man United won't budge 45 plus 5 million add-ons to 60 million and add-ons. That would make no sense. That's bad business. Man United, I've already said Man United don't want to go above the 50 million mark on the base. So wherever the add-ons is going to be, there's going to have to be a compromise. But the whole point is that Chelsea getting rid of a lot of these players where they should be probably worth nothing.
And
And
you have to look at
get
it.
their money back.
Another thing you have to look at, Carls, is who they're getting rid of to.
Well,
Saudi
you got
Arabia.
to figure like this. They get rid of Ruben Loftus-Cheek. They're going to get rid of Gallagher, maybe, by the way, maybe. And that's profit on, that's just on people alone. Kukurea, we don't know what the situation is going to be with him, right? So we're going to keep moving on from there. Who else is there that I haven't mentioned? Mason Mount, obviously, that we know. And maybe some other players that I haven't even, I can't even recognize yet. Like, people forget about some of the good deals, like Malagusto, they got for very cheap, you know, very good player. They're getting that youngster Jackson as well. Like, he's supposed to be a good young prospect in the team. Yes, they're building a mad team. You have to spend money, you know, for a team itself. Hudson-Odoi is going to go.
So if they get that Jackson, they've got Nkunku coming in, so they're not signing a striker then.
But what I'm trying to say is they're recuperating. They can easily recuperate about 200 million or more in sales alone and go get a Caicedo. And yes, go get the odd bits, Jacksons and who else? Another striker potentially. And maybe a couple midfielders. Ziyech, Pulisic yet to go as well. Ziyech is going. Pulisic is yet. That's another name we haven't even mentioned yet. So all I'm trying to say is they're not doing bad. They're not doing bad for balance of books when you actually deep it. If you want to go into the count.
All I'm gonna say is one thing. Dawood, when you wanted
Chelsea
to get rid of
600 million, Chelsea spent 600 million, yeah, and then they're going back on all the purchases that they've made, and we're hyping that up.
Yeah, but you can't say they're not turning a corner though. Like, you can't just sit here and say same old Chelsea. Chelsea are never the worst. This is the whole point of this, is a debate on Chelsea, right? Like this, like you're not wrong, but I'm not wrong, but Mo's always wrong. That's the difference. So
when you wanted to get rid of Aubameyang, you let him go for free. Chelsea, if you get money for Aubameyang, I think this is the biggest thing that they ever did. Even 5-6 million.
Where to?
Think about all the wages.
See, now we're talking about now.
Saudi Arabia does not count.
What? Why?
Any sales to Saudi Arabia does not count in my.
Why does it not? What if they went to the MLS then? Would it count in your eyes?
No.
So what does that mean?
Because
I'm saying it's fishy or
context.
not fishy. At the end, people are. I thought Chelsea are not going to be able to get rid of all these players, and I said Chelsea are garbage, whatever that I said about them. But now it looks like they're getting rid of these players, replacing them with better players. That's what it looks like. If they get rid of Kovacic and Kante, and they're at the end of the Kovacic, he wanted to go, Kante was free, and they get a Caicedo, and they had Enzo Fernandez. Well, I'm not convinced he's 130 million, but whatever. They get Nkunku, Caicedo, and Enzo Fernandez in the midfield, right? They get a striker, right? You
They're
think
not
that's
a striker? They're not getting a striker.
No, so did you read the latest news or no?
Who are they getting?
No, it's not that. They're sending Lukaku for 50 million.
How much?
50 million to Saudi Arabia. Lukaku got offered 30 million.
Wait.
What did I just... Lukaku's not going to Saudi Arabia for 50 million, bro. There's no way he's going to Saudi Arabia for 50 million.
If Ruben Neves went to Saudi Arabia for 50 million, they're saying between 40 to 50 million. Okay, let me just 40 to 50 million. How much is it? Literally 40 to 50 million. He's gonna make 30 million a year because he doesn't want to stay at Chelsea.
He doesn't want
They
to
don't want to loan him to Inter. Yeah, now the latest talks is that he's actually. I was literally just talking to someone that is connection to Italian journal, and he said there is a talk that he might not go to Inter. He might go to Saudi Arabia. If they do this, guys, if they are able to sell Lukaku to Saudi Arabia, even for 40 million pounds, this is a great piece of business because they can take these 40 million pounds and put a 20 million on it and go get a striker or something.
So Chelsea bought Lukaku 2 seasons ago for 100 million and they're selling 50 million. That's great business.
No, I'm not saying they're great business. They're cutting the losses. I just said selling Lukaku now in this current market for 40 million pounds is a great business. See, what you're doing is you're looking at it, they paid that much, right? I'm looking at it at the current market. Is anybody paying 40 million pounds for Lukaku? Nobody.
We're selling Thomas Partey to Saudi Arabia for 40 million.
That doesn't count, though, does it?
Reportedly, it doesn't count in my eyes.
It doesn't count. Why does it not count?
Any sale to Saudi Arabia does not count.
So does what? Because they're rich?
No, it's because that's not You're not doing anything special. You're literally putting your players in the market. Saudi Arabia right now are just splashing money into any Tom, Dick, and
Into
Harry.
making their league better. Why does it? Their leagues count. You know, they formed a while ago.
No,
you know,
but
like,
it's
they
not.
count.
No, you know why are you hyping Chelsea for doing something they haven't done? They're literally just putting the players in the market. Saudi Arabia just coming in and bidding ridiculous money for any player, and you were saying, "Oh, that's Chelsea's. Chelsea are selling so well."
I wouldn't say that. They got a lot of sellable assets at this current moment of time, and they're gonna go over there. Clearly, Todd Bowley's got some good connections with them, and you can't doubt a man for having great connections. That's what you call business, right? And the thing is, I've been very this summer. You could say I've been very fair on most teams, and again, I've been very harsh on others, and maybe not as maybe not as respective as I'm trying to be. Not trying to all right, whatever. This guy, man, he's following me everywhere. Like I'm just trying to be fair, but you can't say it's not fair and it's not business because it is business. But just because that league pumped money, it doesn't. What if imagine the Portuguese decide, yeah, we're gonna pump 15 billion in. Let's go get a bunch of stars and see what can happen. Does that not count?
No. I'm saying why are we hyping? Why are we hyping Chelsea, saying that they're doing so well selling players? It's not Chelsea that are doing the hard work.
Because you're not going to be because Arsenal are not able to do the same. Where is the Pepe
doing
sale?
Tom's party.
Okay, where is the Pepe sale? Have you sold Party yet?
Party's going.
Have you sold Tierney yet? Kieran Tierney.
Tierney. No. Arteta wants to keep Kieran Tierney.
He's going to keep him, right? Have you sold Tomiyasu yet?
Tomiyasu, he wants to keep Tomiyasu.
So you want to keep everybody?
No, he wants to get rid of Mo. We haven't got 45 players like Chelsea. They've got 45 players, bro. They have to get rid of at least 20 players. That's why they're putting so many players in the market.
Yeah, but how can
Can I just give you can I give you the new people are saying me Lukaku said no. So lately from Marco Conterio, okay, who is the chief editor of Tutto Mercato in Italy, he said this: Al Ahly have returned with an improved huge contract offer for Romelu Lukaku. He is now seriously considering the move to Saudi Arabia as his dream to returning to Inter is fading. This is not me talking. These are reports, and I'm going to repeat it. On this channel, guys, we're here to talk about reports. It's exactly that. It's exactly this. And for me, Chelsea getting rid of the dead wood and replacing them, it is what it is. You know what I mean? I don't know. People want to say... Huh?
What are you saying?
I'm saying we have to sit here and say that Chelsea are doing good business, selling them out or not. I said fishy or not fishy. They haven't got caught yet, have they?
Nah. They just found loopholes.
That's it.
And that's not their fault. That's down to your UEFA, FA.
Well, why Arsenal fans are hurt? You should be happy. You just signed Kai Havertz. Why you guys are hurt? You're muted. You're muted.
You know what? You're muted, by the way.
You're muted, Dawood. You're muted.
I was going to say Dawood.
Yeah.
Why everybody in the chat are just hurt?
No, it's salty. It's being salty. Like it is being salty. You have to sometimes reflect and be like, you know what? I'm actually being a little bit salty over Chelsea because they're selling a lot of deadwood players. They've got a massive squad, by the way. They're probably one of the biggest squads in the Prem at this moment, and no one can give them a little bit of credit. You know, not that little bit. And it's just you just got to think of it. You can't say it doesn't count because it's like me saying if I go rob the sweet in a shop because I don't rate it. It don't count as me robbing it. I'm just taking it.
No. I'll give you a good example. I'll give you a good example. Good example.
Money goes into your account. It counts.
Okay. I'll give you a good example. Okay. Good example. Okay. Good example. Okay. Donald Trump, when he was younger, he said, my dad gave me a small loan of $1 million to start my business. Okay.
Dollars.
He said, my dad, $1 million to start business. Yeah. He got that little leap. He had that advantage to start a business. He didn't have to graft. He didn't have to do any networking, anything like that. Okay, he got that easy pump to start his own business, to do everything. Okay, this is like Chelsea. Chelsea are not doing any hard work of talking to other clubs. Do you want this player? Do you want to negotiate for that player? Do you want to do any swap deals? They're literally putting their players in the market, sitting back, and then they're getting phone calls every 5 minutes from Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia say, "Assalamu alaikum, brother. Do you want? We'll give you £5 million for this player, £100 million for that player." Okay, then take him. They're not doing anything. So why are we hyping Chelsea saying, they're doing amazing selling players?
Because there's more to it than just a prize fee. You got to convince the player. 2, you got to still get the fee and whatnot. And you can't just say, bro, you know, in this world of called life, it's not about, sometimes it is about hard work, but guess what? In the footballing world, it's about who you know. You know, you like a lot of these players, like when their sons and daughters and stuff that want to go play football, it's about who you know in life as well. If you want to get to that next place, that next spot, typically it's not down to your hard work. It's who you know. And that's
Dawood,
that's
what do you
life.
want us to do, Dawood? What do you want us to do?
No. I'm saying.
Tell me,
players,
listen, the floor is yours. You're our guest. Tell us what you want us to do.
No, all I'm saying is, why are we hyping Chelsea, saying Chelsea doing amazing selling?
Why should we be hyping
Okay, so
Arsenal?
what do you want us to do otherwise? Okay, tell us that we are deluded. Me and Cass are deluded. Me and Cass are deluded. Tell us how we should think. Give us the floor is yours. I'm giving you the mic. See, tell us how we should feel.
I'm asking you guys a question. What have Chelsea done? What have Chelsea done that other clubs haven't done to sell the players? What have they done?
Advantage. They've been taking advantage of the market.
No,
that's exactly what they've done.
They've literally got 40 players on their books, and they're literally putting like 60% of them on the market. That's what
Ask me the question. Ask me the question. I'll answer. What's the question again?
If we put 20 of our players in the market, we'd be able to sell all 20 of them.
Okay, so what do you want? Okay, so what's the question? Tell me the question.
No, I'm saying there's no question. Okay, the question is, what is your basis of hyping the way Chelsea are selling their players? What's your basis?
Because a month ago, I sat on this platform and I said that Chelsea will not be able to get all these players. They are in trouble with financial fair play, and their squad is so big, and they won't be able to do anything next year, and they will have to do something about it. They did something about it, and they are selling their players. So I'm giving them the props. That's your answer. What's your problem then?
Chelsea are not selling Koulibaly on the wages that he's on without Saudi Arabia. Chelsea are not selling Mendy on what he's on wages without Saudi Arabia. We were not able to sell Mesut Ozil because he's on £350,000 a week. If Ozil right now was playing for Arsenal right now, we could easily ship him to Saudi Arabia in the next 2 minutes, okay? No one wanted to match at £350,000 a week. There were so many numerous players at Arsenal we weren't able to sell because they were on 150, 200 grand a week. Saudi Arabia offering N'Golo Kante, 100 million a year.
Okay.
They're offering Mendy 50 million or something.
What's your point? You're not presenting me with a point. You're not. The reason why? Because the fact is now, the fact is today.
Why is
so let me tell you, the fact is today.
Nowhere else.
Okay, the fact is today, Saudi Arabia is in the market of buying. This is a customer out there that wants to buy players. Bernardo Silva, just an hour ago, there is a report saying that he's exploring Saudi Arabia. That's just an hour ago, right? Lukaku's being explored there. Brozovic from Inter is being explored there, right?
So
that means the market. That means the market is out there. I'm not saying Arsenal should or should not have, right? Because when you wanted to sell Ozil, Saudi Arabia was not on the market. Today, Saudi Arabia is on the market, right? It's on the market, right? So I'm gonna give Chelsea the props that they used Saudi Arabia. They used their money.
It was just a coincidence. They had new owners.
Fine.
They had new owners at a time where Saudi Arabia was starting football.
Bro, I get what you're saying. There are many coincidences in football, but it's how you use it, right? It's how you use it. When there was a buyer, Newcastle, someone bought them. Okay, they're lucky.
No, but you're making it sound like they found Saudi Arabia out of nowhere. Like they just found him. It was literally staring them in the face, saying, "We want your players."
So you think that Chelsea don't do any work? The player just is out there, and that's it.
Why is it that they're selling all their deadwood to Saudi Arabia and nowhere else?
Because it's a market out there.
It's because no one else wants them. No one else wants Lukaku. Only Saudi Arabia wants Lukaku. No one else wanted Koulibaly on what the wages he's on. Only Saudi Arabia wanted him. Mendy.
So your point is that we shouldn't. Your point is that we shouldn't give Chelsea any credit. It's all by luck. That's your point.
100 million%.
Well, if it's all by luck, you know what's not by luck? Let me check it. The like count is 142 and over 400 people in there. You guys know what to do, man. Come on. You guys know exactly what to do. Like the video.
I would hype Chelsea if they had Lukaku. They've had 3-4 teams after Lukaku, and they said, "All right, we're going to sell him to the best team with the best proposal." No one else is after Lukaku. Do you want Lukaku? No.
We do, but we're not paying the money. We're broke.
And which country is stupid enough to give 50 million for Lukaku? Saudi Arabia. No one else is stupid enough to give 50 million for Lukaku. That's the reason why I'm not hyping all this Chelsea.
How do you know that though? How do you know
It's
that?
because
You know what?
Lukaku's
I want to
not
move.
go
I want to
Saudi
move
Arabia.
on.
I know what's after him.
I get your point. Whatever makes you sleep at night. Again, I get your point. Let's move on. Chelsea, if they sell these, I want to, for one time, I want to have a real debate. If Chelsea sell these players and get Caicedo, they get another striker, right? And they renew the squad with the defense they have. Where
They
are
don't
we
need to do
expecting
anything.
them to finish?
If they don't
I
get an
think
Osimhen and
so.
Harry Kane, they're not finishing top 4.
I think they. I honestly.
Hold
I
on.
honestly.
Are you
I
serious?
honestly
You're
do.
serious, Dawood.
I think they
But
got a
don't-
better squad. I feel that because they're one game a week and they don't do Europa League Thursday, Sundays. I think you have to pitch that squad definitely above Liverpool squad, and I think Liverpool fans know that too. You have to. You know, they got a very good
But
squad, and
it's
when you play one game a week, it's
is
easy.
Pochettino better than Klopp then?
It's not. It's you know what?
It's a factor. It's a factor.
No. Klopp's definitely better than Pochettino. There's no questions about it. No questions about it. Right? But the fact is, if you don't have the right tools, you can't get to where you want to be, especially right now, as we know it, because it could change. Liverpool squad is thin and not of great quality just as of yet. Like as in terms of exactly what they want. So for me, they still need to get to that place, you know. And with right now, you know, I feel like Chelsea can definitely pitch. They got a better. No, you know what? They got a better chance than Man United right now. So I'll pitch them across Man United. I'm gonna say maybe third, second. Right now, I think Chelsea can do very well in the league. If they get their targets that they want, if they go get Caicedo, they got Enzo, they got Nkunku. That midfield is one of the best I've seen.
So how about? So let me ask Dawood something. Okay, welcome, Daps.
Welcome.
Missed you, bro. Dawood. So you're talking about Saudi Arabia. Their two biggest sale this summer will be Kai Havertz to Arsenal and Mason Mount to Man United. How about that?
Nah, there won't be.
Why?
Bro,
This is
right
Kai
fact.
Havertz.
This is a
Kai
fact.
Havertz. Kai Havertz. So far. Are you saying so far?
They have no other sale that is going to be bigger than these.
What? Kai Havertz
Player.
is
Kai
round
Havertz
about.
65 million.
Well,
No, sale.
this is-
Chelsea
this-
sale.
No, I hear you.
No.
but This Mo, I hear you. 65
You're not
million.
following
but
the argument.
someone just said 50 million. So this is a thing. Let's be clear. How much is it? Firstly,
65 for Havertz.
I love how this happens. 65 or 50.
No, it's 65.
No.
It's
They said it's 60 plus 5 bonuses. This is it.
guaranteed
Okay,
bonuses, by the way. That's guaranteed.
so
not
guys,
maybes. It's
Go
65.
on. Carry on,
Can-
Mo.
can I-
Sorry. Rude
So
of me.
the
Slap
point
me on
is,
the wrist.
Dawood is saying that Chelsea, we shouldn't give them any credit for selling their players because they're selling them to Saudi Arabia. And now it just hit me that their biggest two sales of the summer will be to the Premier League rivals.
Mad.
Okay. You want me
It's
to debunk your
ridiculous,
statements?
right?
You want me to debunk your statements?
Yeah, of
Yes,
course.
yeah, that's of course.
Moving on to some
That'll
super
be
chats.
that'll be a first. Go on.
I've done it numerous times. Mason Mount, English tax, yeah? That's the first thing. How many
Oh,
English
is that
players
your
have been
argument?
Saudi Arabia?
Fucking hell,
Zero,
that's
1 second.
bulletproof.
English tax, yeah? So that's added on 20 million already. 20 million on top already, okay? Because they've got Man United have got a homegrown player and they've got someone that's an English international, okay? Number 2, Mason Mount is not Deadwood. Okay? He's not
No,
Deadwood.
it's not.
Why I said to you specifically, Mo, I said
Stop,
Chelsea
stop,
are
stop.
selling all
That's
their
not the
Deadwood
argument
to
here. That's
Saudi
not
Arabia.
the argument. The argument is they wanted to get rid of Mason Mount. They got rid of him. They're gonna get rid of him for a decent price too at Premier League rivals, not Saudi Arabia. Your argument about Mason Mount Deadwood not dead, it's not my argument. They couldn't
What do you mean?
okay, let me tell you. They couldn't make Mason. They wanted to keep Mason Mount. They tried to convince him to sign a contract. They couldn't. So what do? They tried to sell the guy.
Because
And a
it's
Premier
Deadwood.
League club.
I mean, not Deadwood. Sorry. It's because
So that means he's not a Deadwood then.
no. I'm
Mason
saying
Mount's never been Deadwood, by the way.
I know, but I said in this before. I said Chelsea can only sell their Deadwood player to Saudi Arabia. Mason Mount and Kai Havertz are not Deadwood players. Okay.
Now, do you know what it is?
So-
Do you know what it is? What they're doing here, yeah, is I spoke on this yesterday. Is they are getting rid because they have to. They're getting rid of a lot of players that they could potentially, yeah, if they wanted to hold out. Actually, Chelsea might be able to get better money for some of these players if they wanted to hold out and do the transfer window. They might get more money for some of these players, yeah. However, Saudi Arabia, who generally get elder players on frees and then pay them a massive wage, are getting players for more around their book value. So Chelsea aren't losing money. They're getting assets off the book and they're getting wages off the book. They could get, like, come on, let's be real. Ziyech, yeah? How much are they selling Ziyech for?
I don't know yet.
But,
let me have a look. I'm gonna
15 million
check
or
on
something.
but I
15
bet
million?
you when you
Yeah.
have a look that if they were to play this summer transfer window out, they could end up getting more money for him.
I
Yeah.
said 8 million for Ziyech.
Right.
8
So
million.
there we go. So
So
I'm
that's not
sorry,
a lot
yeah,
of money.
if they were to play this transfer window out, they would get more than 8 million for him.
No,
Yeah.
they wouldn't.
All right, but all right, no problem.
They wouldn't because
I mean,
rival
New
rival
season,
clubs,
same shit takes.
rival clubs and other clubs in Europe know that Chelsea are desperate to sell.
8
and they're not
million for
stupid enough.
Ziyech, bro.
But the 8
Come on.
million,
And-
8 million, like your neighbor has 8 million in their pocket.
No, but rival clubs, in the Premier League and European clubs around Europe know that Chelsea are desperate to
So
sell.
why the
and
fuck
they
you
would
buying
definitely
offer
gonna
Havertz
be
for
able to
65
way below
then?
Hakim
market value.
Ziyech will definitely go to Milan or Lazio or PSG for 8 million.
Oh,
Come on,
bro,
just give me
you're
a
an
break.
Arsenal.
Why is he
Hold
not
on.
going there? Why is he going to Saudi Arabia then?
Bro, you are paying.
Because he's offered more money, bro. Personally, he's offered a higher wage.
Oh,
And
no,
you're
no, no.
not
Let me.
getting that.
And
What was the
other
word
European
you
clubs
used?
are not there to match their wage.
What was the
Ziyech's
word you
wages.
just used?
Nobody in Europe will be able to match the Saudi Arabia wages. This is a fact.
Dude, right? You just used the term debunk the argument, yeah? So let me switch this argument for a second and then we'll curl back round. How do you feel about Havertz for 65 million?
We talked about.
No. Hold on. This is no one else. How do you feel about it, Duad?
Dawood and
Oh, sorry, my bad. I'm English. I pronounce everything wrong.
and,
No, no.
It's
That
Go on.
we
was
spoke about it. We spoke about it.
No,
for
no,
about
no.
20
I
minutes,
just
but
want a very simple
say-
answer so that I can debunk your argument. So, how do you feel about Arsenal paying 65 million for Kai Havertz?
It's a Stu signing. It's a
It's a good signing, yeah?
good signing. Yeah.
Okay, no problem. But you just said that Ziyech would not go for more than 8 million because everyone knows that Chelsea are trying to sell players. So why the fuck did you just pay 65 million for Kai Havertz if you know they're trying to sell players?
It's because Chelsea. First of all, Chelsea tried
Six
selling
times,
for
about
first
8
of all-
times better than Ziyech.
Okay. First of all, he's 24 years old. Ziyech's nearly 30. That's the first thing. Second thing is that Chelsea valued Ziyech at 75 million, and no one said they were not coming anywhere near that 75 million. And
But they
then
get 15, they get 20, they get 25.
No, but everyone knows that Real Madrid were willing to pay 50 million euros for Havertz. Bayern Munich were after him, and they could have probably gone for about 50 to 60 million euros. And then we ended up buying him for 60 million pounds because we know that
I'm not knocking the
65
Havertz
million
signing, by
pounds,
the way, either.
because
I'm
we
not
know
knocking
that
Havertz.
Chelsea know that they're strengthening us.
I'm not letting that one go. It's 65.
You
Let me
bought
be
him
clear.
for 90
I'm not
million
knocking
pounds.
the
I don't know
signing of
anything about
Havertz. It's just for you to think that Havertz for 65 is perfectly fine, but no one would pay more than 8 million for Ziyech, yeah, is a wild take. Like, it's wild as hell.
You know what the maddest thing is, Daps, yeah? Kovacic to Arsenal would make so much more sense to me than Kai Havertz as well. Like, there's players there that I think, because you know what? Khaldoon said this perfectly. Khaldoon said it perfectly, and that reminds me about this as well today, to be fair. And I was like, you know what? Fair enough. Yes, he's injury prone, but when you think about some clubs' medical teams, they're very, very good. Man City's medical team are very, very good. Man United's medical team are getting way, way better, by the way. Arsenal's medical team's getting way better. Look what they've just done with Jesus, right?
Yeah.
Things can change, you know? Like, things can change in different clubs, different settings. You know, it could even be the turf of grass that can make why players get injured a lot. Remember, I think it was ages ago, Arsenal had loads of injuries because their training pitch was mental. And they had to resurface the whole thing.
Actually, do you know what? Was it in the Champions League final? Actually, Mo, we didn't speak on this. Champions League final, the pitch was a bit mad, wasn't it?
We didn't. On TV, it looked fine.
Oh, no, it's just that people kept slipping over because they were sprinkling it just before. People from both teams kept slipping over. Anyway, different subject.
Okay, let me do. Can we do the super chats first before we move on?
Yeah, I'm
we
gonna
have
go
to
and get another
respect the
drink.
guys. We have to respect the guys that do the super chats. Do you want to do them, Cass? Let me just. I have to do something on the background.
Yeah, of course I can. Of course I can. As long as you guys like the video. If you haven't done, just get us over 200. It'll be great. If we get to 300, a couple of super chats, starting with JT Thompson. Big up yourself. I can see you're a Chelsea fan as well. It's nice to see some like different guys that subscribe to Never Foul that actually support different clubs that are not just, you know, let's say Arsenal, Man City, the typical lot. And there's a lot of Liverpool fans as well. Not enough Chelsea. Chelsea lot. I wonder what happened to Timo Werner. Bidding 20 million for Koulibaly, 15 million for Ziyech is ridiculous money. Which team in Europe, it's aimed at you by the way, Dad, I think, would have any Chelsea players for market value? You sound very salty, bro. No one expected us to sell all these players. You gave us 65 million for Kai Havertz, and you could say that's a Saudi price. No,
No.
you don't want to respond to that one.
You
No,
don't want to respond to the super chat?
No, they're doing this.
So JT Thompson said that Chelsea are getting their market value for their players. Is that what he said?
Yeah, I'll put it back up to the screen. Go on, you can read it if you want. He said so. He said how it's ridiculous money. He's saying this money here is ridiculous money. Which team in Europe would have any Chelsea players for market value? You sound very salty. No one expects
but who is matching Koulibaly's wages in Europe?
What's his wages?
Matching Ziyech's wages in Europe? He's on ridiculous wage because he just came.
Bro, you just increased Kai Havertz's wage.
No, but I'm saying who's matching his wages? Who's matching Ziyech and Kai Havertz?
Like seriously, what is your argument here?
No, but who's matching their wages for them to stay in Europe? No one is. And they're not going to.
So it's not about Chelsea then.
They're not taking a wage cut to stay in Europe because they know
Chelsea have nothing to do with the wage. The wage is between the player and the club. Why are we arguing this?
Without Saudi Arabia, every single one of those Chelsea players that are left now, they would be sitting on Chelsea's bench.
No, I hear what he's saying. Because I hear what he's saying because for
Koulibaly's on 295 grand a week. 295 grand
for a transfer to take place. Firstly, the club has to agree the fee, but then secondly, the player has to agree the salary, and both have to work out. So I do get what he's saying. Some players could just sit there and go, like for example, if City wanted to sell Calvin Phillips to someone, Calvin Phillips could go, I'm not going. I'm not agreeing personal terms, and just sit out. Like those things can happen, but then generally, I think agents would tell players, "This is not good. This is not good for you at all. This is going to end badly for you long term." So I get what you're saying, but I don't.
But Daps, this is Koulibaly's last big contract. Okay, when he came to Chelsea, what was he? 31 years old. His last big contract. Him sitting at Chelsea for 3 seasons. Like he's going to retire anyway soon, so he could have easily sat at Chelsea for 3 seasons, earned 295 grand a week. But Saudi Arabia came and said, "We'll offer you 500 grand a week to come and then just to enjoy your time in Saudi Arabia for the next 3 years. And we'll give you, he probably on more than 500 grand a week." And then anyone's taking that at 31 years old.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, 100%. That's right. But can I just ask you, does it hurt you?
I want to just do the super chat
Yeah,
because we haven't done them all. I'm sorry. We have to respect them. Memphis Depay saying they are salty because we can sell players. They can sell players. I guess this is the decision. This is it. I think people are just salty. And I think Arsenal fans are the saltiest because I think deep down, they think that they are funding Chelsea with the 65 million pounds. That's how I think.
But what I say to you, we're selling Thomas Partey for 40 million to Saudi Arabia. I'm not getting gassed because we didn't do anything special. We sold Thomas Partey to Saudi Arabia because they're stupid enough to offer 40 million.
I do get that. Do you know what? I do get that. But I do get what you're saying, that this celebration of selling players is mad. But they feel like we need to get this squad down because then we're getting back to where we need to be. It's not the celebration of a sale. It's the celebration of we're doing what we need to do.
Alex here, Rednick Blue, of course. We found stupid club to buy Havertz. That was my point.
That is so Alex, to be frank.
That is Alex.
That is very Alex. Alex is just really...
Coming from a guy that lets off straps while he's got a camera on.
Yeah.
Calling someone stupid.
City Buyer says, I see Arsenal finishing 4th next season, I swear.
You can swear all you want, bro. We're not finishing 4th.
He's a City fan, man. I think he's not, remember, he's not Chelsea. Redneck as well here again says, who's better manager, Poch versus Arteta?
What's Poch done in 7 years?
What has Arteta done in 4 years? Won the cup.
He's won an FA Cup, bro.
On second place.
I think that's it. I think they've actually. I think that's an interesting battle. To be
that's a very good question. You know,
Poch has been in the game twice as long as Arteta and done nothing.
But limited. But you could argue limited budget. I think this year's a testimonial to his
limited
career.
budget. Limited budget.
Yeah.
He had Dembele.
Tottenham.
He had Dembele press resistant. He had Dembele press resistant. He had Harry Kane, who was one of the best strikers, or the best striker in his prime at that time. He had Son, one of the best wingers at that time in his prime. Okay, he had one of the best back four in Alderweireld and Vertonghen. Best defensive
You want this
partnership.
one, yeah?
Best defensive partnership in Europe, Vertonghen and Alderweireld. Okay, he had so many elite plays, but he only finished.
All right, Dawood. All right, Dawood. Great. I'm so glad you said that. So we all know that Tottenham finished what they did in the Champions League final, got zero budget after that. Yeah, zero budget. You've had budget, right? And you're getting more budget for this summer alone. Yeah. So and you've already spent 65 million of that.
But also, what I was going to say is as well.
After Kane, Son, Alderweireld and that, what was your issue? And what's exactly the same issue that Poch had at the time? What's the key element we're going to say here? I think anyone can guess this. Depth. They didn't have no depth.
If you're talking how long someone's been somewhere and what they've won, yeah, because that's what you're doing. Poch has been there 7 years, Arteta 3. What Poch has done.
He made Tottenham relevant.
Bro, that you best never try and argue Saka and Foden again, or you are royally ruined.
Don Dawood is just jealous because he thought that we were done. I think that's a lot of people done. I thought Chelsea are done. It's just over.
Mo. Have they signed an elite centre back here? No.
Yeah, they don't need an elite centre back.
They're going to go to next season with Fofana and Badiashile and finish in the top four.
They got Levi Cole and Thiago Silva. So
they got Colwell, Thiago Silva.
Thiago Silva was on his last leg last season.
I'm not the biggest fan.
He's going to play with this
I'm not the biggest fan. Number one, Pochettino plays four in the back. Fofana, Badiashile, Thiago Silva, Levi Colwell. I think that's good. That's decent enough.
That's good for me.
That's
good.
better than you freaking. What is
hold on.
But you just said, what is this?
But you just said they haven't signed an elite centre back. Yeah, are you like? Are you trying to tell me tell me an elite player that Arsenal signed, please?
What do you mean? William Saliba is the best young centre back in Europe.
Yeah, but that's potential.
One season you're doing that.
William potential, he is.
One season. If you're doing that, then you can never talk on Thiago Silva's name, respectfully.
No. Thiago Silva, GOAT, legend.
We're not just going to forget.
How many more years?
Fofana. If Fofana has a good season, yeah.
Fofana's shocking, bro.
No, he's not. Yeah, but you got to be. Look, I'm going to bring Alex in a second, and I'm going to do some editing to get 5 people in here, right? Because he will talk about better than me, because he's actually a Chelsea fan. You know who Alex is, so he's been super chatting, right? I'm just going to say this. Fofana's been injured for so long. I'm not saying Saliba's amazing. By the way, you're right. Saliba is amazing, bro. And I think he's got potential to be world-class. And I don't think he's going to take that long. I think he will show it in Europe this year alone, right? But you can't pretend what Fofana hasn't done, because he's had major injuries. Sometimes it takes a little bit of while to get... He's had his ACL and that done. Like, he will take him to get there. Colwell's... Bro, we can't just forget. Like,
I'm not even going to sound him, but I'm Fofana.
He's got legs in and around...
You've got to give Fofana a chance, man, because Fofana there's a reason they paid the amount they paid for him. Now, I'm not going to say he might fail. He might fail, but at one point, but you can't base everything on he will, and that's you've said that.
Because I watched Fofana, he's a back 3 centre back. Okay.
Yeah, potentially.
Physically, he's not good to play in the back 2
because he's been injured.
No, but I've watched him for Leicester. I remember just before he went to Chelsea, he played against us at the Emirates, Leicester City versus Arsenal, and he
one of his first games back. Fucking hell.
No, but he got absolutely cooked by Martinelli.
Let me continue this. Let me continue this if you don't mind.
Went to Chelsea, stood in and look, and he's been in the Premier League for quite a while. You're making it sound like he hasn't. This is going to be his what?
He has been in the Premier League. That's why Chelsea paid what they did, because for Leicester, before his injury, he was cooking.
He was over. They definitely overpaid for him.
He played. There's certain centre backs like Christian Romero that can only play in the back 3. Fofana can only play in the back 3. Okay.
He done it in the. What do you mean? He done it in the back 2 for Leicester as well. Don't forget that. Like James Justin.
If you look at the Leicester at their best form, they had Evans.
I'm not saying he's the greatest thing. He's got a lot to prove in it. That is true. He has got a lot to prove. He's not.
And if you're going into next season with how Thiago Silva's hitting 40 now.
Yeah, and he don't.
He's having injury problems now. You got Badiashile, Levi Cole. You got Badiashile, Levi Cole, and Fofana. Them 3, they haven't even proved anything yet in Premier League.
No, but bro, hold on.
Wait,
hold
can I
on.
do the
Do you know
super
what?
chat?
No,
Can I
no.
do the super
Hold on,
chat?
hold on.
Super
One,
chat.
let me
We
just say
have
one
to
last
do
thing.
them.
Let me say one last thing on this, and we'll move on. But the thing is that you're saying they haven't done anything in the Premier League yet to prove themselves, right? If this right now was a conversation about them, man, and we're talking Vincent Company, Rio Ferdinand, John Terry, whatever, or even let's scrap that and say Ruben Diaz, Van Dijk, players that have had 3-4 years now. Yeah, we're talking about against you as an Arsenal fan with Saliba, who's also only had one season. So you're downplaying a player that's been injured for most of the season and saying he's shit just because this season. And by the way, I am a Saliba fan. I think he's good, but you can't talk about them players
It's
like
not just
that.
Saliba.
Saliba had 29 good games. That's it.
But that's
29.
great. I'm not,
Only
but you
29
can't.
good-
Fantastic games, amazing players, right? But the way you talk about him is that he had 3, 4, 5 seasons being elite, being Van Dijk. Not
Okay.
yet.
How much?
Do I start
How much
talking
did
like
Chelsea
a
buy?
Kanji
How
like
much?
he's a world beater?
Okay. How much did
Yes,
Chelsea
Yes,
buy?
exactly. Like Akanji won triple. Come on.
How much did Chelsea buy for Final for? Was it 70 million?
Say that again.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Say that again.
How much
Yeah,
did
so
Chelsea
about
buy for
70.
Final for?
About 70.
70 million. What's Saliba's market value? If he's
I
going
don't
for
know.
70 for Fada,
No idea.
95 million to 100.
Something like that. I would say so. Yeah, with his new contract, maybe a little bit more. To be honest, I'll be
Let's get-
real.
Can you
Anyways,
get Alex in by the time I do the super
I will.
chat? Get
I
Alex
will.
in.
Super chats.
Xiang Yang, good business is what you take advantage of opportunities. Xiang Yang is saying Chelsea took advantage of the Saudi opportunity. Todd B literally flew to Saudi.
I bet
Very
he
good
did.
super chat.
Did you do
And
that?
also,
Did you do the one before that? Did you do the?
Yeah, say no to drugs. I think A was up there for a long time.
Yeah.
I think here JT saying CFC fans are gassed. We can move on these players. We finished 12th. Just leave us be. You all study your what?
You all study your potential. Charge with shy Havertz.
Yeah, man. And then Slim Ake saying, don't refill your copium prescription, man. Well, let me
Yeah.
remove myself while I do the overlays. Unless did you do it?
No, I didn't. Did you do it? Here you go. Alex is here.
Alex, firstly, can I just ask you?
Yes, sir.
I love Lewis's show, and I love watching it. I love everything that goes on there. Can I just ask you, one, safety on? Yeah. Secondly,
Yeah.
if the safety isn't on, camera off. Yeah.
Was that guy that was bat in the window?
So you may proceed.
Yeah, that was the big mistake from my part, but hey.
Oh no, it was brilliant.
That
But,
was viral on Twitter.
I
How are
don't
you?
know who you are.
You good?
What's your name? Arsenal fan guy, but nice to meet you.
My name-
No. This is
Edu.
Dawood. This is Dawood. Let me do this. Memphis device saying bring Lee Gunner in. To be honest, guys, everybody's opinion is respected. All love for Dawood. To be honest, if we disagree with Dawood, doesn't mean there is
Yeah.
anything. It's all about
it's
respect,
Speak
guys.
fast, that's all it is.
It's just love. Just to be honest. And just want to see that Chelsea fans want to be left alone. You cannot be left alone because of the money you spent last year. And because
I don't
of
want to
the
be left
sale that
alone.
happened.
I want.
Yeah, no, I'm responding to the super chat right here. Super chat is saying we want to be left alone, just focus on yourself. We have to talk about Chelsea. But anyway, Alex.
I want the tears. I want all the tears collected, and like the tears are real. The tears are real. It's not my fault that Kroenke is too busy holding an NBA trophy over flying to Saudis and trying to sell Ben White, try to sell that Celtics right back. It's not my problem. You saying that nobody wants to buy Koulibaly for his wages? I don't know how long you've been watching the market, but this is how market works. If you have a person that actually on a high wages, there's two ways you can get rid of him. Lower the value, so the value will be lower. Guess what Chelsea did by selling was Koulibaly? We lowered his value because his value is 40. It doesn't matter he's 31 years old. You see, you like
His value is not 40. His value is not 40.
okay, that's what you think. But I think the guys who spend billions, I think they know how much the value are. So that's number one. Number two, what's his name? There's another way you can get rid of. Like we're trying to get Lukaku out. We forcing him to cancel his contract. That's what's gonna happen this summer. Well, of course, we're gonna lose money because we paid partially for his wages, he can cry, he can bring the lawyers. At the end of the day, it's not going to happen. That's number 2, how you will get rid of. Number 3, put him in the U21. Here's my biggest problem with the whole thing with Saudis and everything. The 8 million for Ziyech. I think Ziyech is actually way more value than 8 million.
Thank you.
And he was actually less wages than anybody else. So I don't know. I just trying to figure out where's your logic. Do you ever have a logic, or you just have pure tears?
So are you saying even right? Are you saying you're a bit confused with the Ziyech thing as well? Because we're on the same wage. 8 million's mad.
It's mad that we sell him for 8 million. As much as I don't like his one-trick pony, but he's still decent player.
No, but that's the same. Because with City,
you don't think we could get it at like 20 mil from AC
no,
Milan?
And that's what we're saying as City fans at the moment. That when we're seeing they want Mahrez recently signed a new contract, and you know what, Mahrez is coming of age, and we're probably moving on from Mahrez now, but still, it's the whole thing with when we were doing business with Barca. It's like, why are they going for this price? It doesn't make sense to me. And we're but do you know what? I'll be real with this, and I can probably say it because where I am with City, we're fine. But Arsenal, I keep saying this with everything, yeah. Arsenal fans need to just concentrate on themselves, right? And not focus on, like, right now, if I'm an Arsenal fan, I'm looking at it going, we had a good season last season. The signs are that we are strengthening. The signs are, like, Havertz, for me, I get it, yeah. He hasn't had a great time at Chelsea. However, get over the fact that you've bought 1 or 2 Chelsea players and they haven't worked out. If he doesn't work out, you're still going to probably get about 40 million in 2 years' time to a German team. But if he does work out, you can have something else. You've got Declan Rice potentially. Arsenal just need to focus on themselves and stop making excuses constantly. Everything is an excuse. And you're past that stage. Arsenal, you're coming back to your glory days, I believe, yeah? Don't worry about what Chelsea are doing, because what Chelsea are doing right now, yeah, is what they have to do, yeah? Chelsea have a big squad because of the previous owner. Admittedly, Bowley added to it a bit, but predominantly because... And what they're doing right now is in business terms, and anyone that acts like football is not business, it is. They're doing what they have to do so that they can then run the club correctly. And it's going to not look great for a couple of years, but it's to run it correctly. Same as we had to go through. We had to run our club to catch up with the other places, yeah? But if other clubs can't catch up, then, you know, like, there's monopolies, and is that not what we don't want? We don't want monopolies. We want everyone to be on a level playing field. What Chelsea and City are doing is trying to get on a level playing field. And that doesn't come over 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. A level playing field comes over about 50 years, yeah? Because the monopolies that Arsenal, Man United and Liverpool had were mad.
Exactly. And if Arsenal had in the 30s, Arsenal had monopoly in the 30s. You've been
Liverpool had it in the 70s, 80s.
United had it in the 90s. They won the leagues. So who was the monopoly in the 30s? When the World War, when people were struggling with the money, they had the Bank of England supporting them. That's when they won the majority of their leagues. Why am I know the history better than some of the fans? But
agendas.
My biggest problem with that guy saying earlier is that it's a lucky, or we it's for some reason we took advantage of Saudi Arabia. I think it's actually opposite. They saw that Chelsea has a quality because Saudi Arabia is not a tough big league that they need a superstar to come over there like in a young age. They saw quality players that still has to provide something in this game. Plus, majority are Muslim. You forget one big thing that happened. The majority of those players are actually Muslim, and they want to represent that. So what I'm saying is, you think that Chelsea took advantage of Saudi Arabia. I think it's actually opposite, because we gave the half price for everything. Buy Ziyech, get Koulibaly for half price, or vice versa.
I think that's valid point.
Guys, over 600 of you here. Can you get us at least to 300 likes? The like button look like this. It's underneath your live chat. So if you have live chat, hit that X, hit that like button, and come chat with us again. I want to do this super chat before we move on. See, Niak here 24 is saying, why AFC fans so triggered today? Are you not satisfied with the magic beans we sold you? Love this business like selling fire insurance to a burning home.
I honestly think I actually think the deal, yeah.
Like that.
I think people are making way too much out of this deal. I think, and I do get from Arsenal's point of view, because I get it. Chelsea are your rivals. You bought William, it didn't work out. I think maybe Gallas
We
as well.
have
Maybe
not a single player that came from Chelsea
Yeah,
to them that
but-
played. We have all of them.
But-
Every player that came from Arsenal banged at Chelsea.
But
I have
right, here's
zero.
the thing. Chelsea needed Havertz gone because he was not going to cook there. It's not working. Yeah, sometimes things just don't work out. You have to go. I'm divorced for a reason. Sometimes things don't work out, and you just have to go your separate ways. Still be friends, but so Chelsea got an okay amount of money. Arsenal have taken a risk, yeah. But with Arteta, I'm gonna back it. We're friends now. Last season's done. Arteta learned off of Pep. If he's bought Havertz, he's bought him for a reason. Yeah,
I can explain.
and I think that it could go wrong. But if it goes wrong, you'll only lose a little bit of money because he can still always go back to Germany and get a nice fee from there because he's a German international, and in that league he was good. So it's not as big a risk. But you've done it early. You've got someone. You're improving your squad. So I think
Can I
Arsenal
give you a
fans are
quick
just
theory?
pissed off that you got him and he comes from Chelsea.
Can I give a quick theory why he want Kai Havertz?
Oh,
When Arteta was assistant to Pep.
Oh,
Did Pep,
don't do this.
hold on. Did Pep play with the striker, or he played for false nine all the time? The guy just doesn't know how to set up the team with the proper nine. All
Yeah,
he's
but-
been learning under Pep was false nine. That's all
Yeah,
he
but
knows.
Havertz has proven this season he's not a false nine either.
wait, wait, can
He's
we
not
say
false eight either. He's
He's a
not
fa- I
false
said
eight.
he's a false
I
nine.
honestly think he could do a job behind a striker, but
false 9 and 3/4, man. Give him the
I
scar.
can't
Give
see
him
him
Harry
working
Potter.
behind.
There you go.
But you never know. Look, Arteta might.
That
take him and turn
comment
him
killed
into a
me.
different
8
role.
3/4 killed me when I saw that comment on the last video, because we talked about Havertz's position and someone commented in the video said, we found the right position. It's 8 3/4.
But you know what? One thing to
on the
Arsenal
pitch.
fans:
And I'm like,
last season, everyone told them that Jesus was a City reject. Yeah. So now everyone's saying you're getting a Chelsea reject. Sometimes
It doesn't
things
work.
work
Sometimes
out,
we
so
work in different
just-
clubs.
yes, Daps, I agree with you. Again, I'm going to repeat what I say every single video. I am only analyzing what I see. I'm not analyzing the future. What I saw is someone who was good at Bayer
I get it.
Leverkusen,
Yeah.
was thinking every game at Chelsea for 3 years, and they still paid
You
65
know what this
million.
sounds like though?
I
That's
agree with
what
you.
I see.
It sounds like João Felix. Guy was amazing at Benfica.
Exactly.
Went to Atletico Madrid, had one good season, and you can see the good season he did was the Champions League winning season for Havertz. Fell off. All the
Yeah, I
talent in the
agree with
world.
that.
What do you have to show for it?
And then there's now
okay.
Wolves linked with him.
Hey,
So-
that was
so
recharged.
this Jacobs, I know
Yeah,
you're a
I've
fan.
been
I know
listening.
Jacobs. I know. Let me just Jacobs. I know you watch us a lot and you support the channel, but this thing, wait and see. I have done this all my life. Wait and see. Oh,
We've been
trust
seeing it for
Arteta.
20
Wait
years,
and
man.
see. Wait and see. Oh, watch this guy's gonna do this. Oh, watch Ten Hag. Is gonna do wonders with Mount. He might, okay, but we're not here to do that. We're here to discuss
Thunder,
what
yes.
Mount did for Chelsea.
Okay, so when you judge a player or manager, you look at what they've done with players and what they've done in the past. Okay,
Of course.
Everton has done nothing in the Premier League. So when Man United fans say, "Oh, wait and see, he's going to start cooking," he's
Oh,
got
so
no-
neither's Arteta then.
Okay, Mikel Arteta, no, with the statement that when we said wait and see until he improves Kai Havertz is because he's got a track record of improving players. Gabriel Martinelli was in and out of the team before Arteta. First full season, he gets
Did he
15
improve
league
Pepe?
goals. 15 league goals.
Did he
Okay,
improve Pepe?
I'm talking about the players that he has improved.
Let
that
him
he's-
finish, Alex. Let him finish. please.
Pepe's attitude stunk from day one. He didn't
it's
want to
true.
improve. He didn't want to work hard. If you really look at it, Pepe didn't have that drive in him. So Arteta does not work with people that don't have that drive. He gets rid of them. Okay,
That's true.
Granit Xhaka, everyone said this guy can't be at the club anymore. He can't do nothing.
That's
He's not
true.
a defensive midfielder. He's not. Arteta improved him, and then now, right around Arsenal fans are devastated that he's leaving. You would have 18 months ago, if you said that Arsenal fans would have been devastated that Granit Xhaka is leaving, you would have said, "Why are you smoking?" He's massively improved Granit Xhaka.
Agreed. No, he hasn't
Massively
improved him. He hasn't. I
Fact.
don't think he's improved him. I think he's
Improved him.
actually just brought him
Well,
back.
exactly,
I think
Facts.
No one saw him.
Facts.
Even
always been
Granit
good.
Xhaka said, if you look at Granit Xhaka's interview, he said, beginning of last season, Arteta said to him, "You're playing left centre mid. Okay, if you don't play in that position and if you don't want to play in that position, I have to get rid of you."
But I don't think
I-
he's
Granit
improved.
Xhaka-
him.
Can I
I think he's
respond?
just.
No, but
Dabs,
no
can I
one saw.
respond?
Can I
respond,
finish? Can I
please?
finish? No,
Finish,
one
please,
second.
please
Because
finish.
I have one
You guys
response.
had 5
yes.
minutes. You guys had 5 minutes to speak. I was waiting 5 minutes patiently. Okay.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for our time on our channel. I'm sorry we took time on our
Okay.
channel. I apologize.
Benjamin White. Okay. He was a centre back. Arteta moved him to a right back. Everyone thought, this guy, why is he playing a centre back right back? He's gonna get cooked. Best right back last season. Best right back last season. Okay, if he's not best, at least top 2 or top 3 right back last season. Okay.
I get it.
William
I hear it, I hear
Saliba.
it, I hear
William
it.
Saliba. There was rumors. The agent said this guy doesn't want to stay at Arsenal. He's not. No one trusts him. Arteta doesn't. He's got issues with Arteta before the season started. Straight away from day one, played him every single week in, week out, and he's one of the best. Or I say the best under 21 centre back in Europe. Okay. So I can name you 3 or 4 more players. Okay.
No, keep
Arteta's
going.
got a
I love
track
hearing this. I love hearing this. Keep going.
Arteta has a track record of improving
We're just
players.
reloading.
And there's a track record of not
Okay.
improving players as well. Tomiyasu,
No, I have
Lokonga.
another say to that.
Lokonga was meant to be
Tomiyasu.
playing Era.
So you're telling me it's Arteta's fault that Tomiyasu did his ACL?
No, but again, it's
Is
not
Arteta's
He
fault that
done
Tomiyasu
his
did his
ACL at the end of the
injury?
season, man. He didn't done it at the beginning.
What about Cedric
What about
Soares?
Smith Rowe?
What about Smith Rowe?
Kaz.
He got injured.
He didn't done his
Kaz,
ACL
I'm
at the
bringing
beginning
players.
of the season.
Kaz,
You
Hey,
can't bring in
I'm
players
telling
as stopgaps. Stopgaps. Cedric was a stopgap. Okay. So you can't bring in players that are just
playing better
stopgaps. And
football, no?
you can't
He's
improve
still playing
players.
better football. If you're on a successful manager, you should still
No.
be playing that better football. More
No,
time
so
on
The
the pitch.
reason why I'm disagreeing highly with Mo, where he said, "Oh, let's not talk about. Let's wait and see." He's got a track record of improving players. Kai Havertz. I want you to eat your words. In 3 months' time, when Kai
I will,
Havertz
I will.
is
No,
one of the
no,
best
I won't.
players.
I'm going to tell you
in the
why.
Premier
Oh
League.
I'm gonna
no,
tell you why.
hold
Eat
on.
your
That's
words.
where he's done it wrong. He says
Why?
stuff.
So let
and then
me-
he
let
goes,
me-
one
let
of
me
the best
fin-
players, bro. Why do you take it too far?
I'm not taking
No,
it
no,
too
no.
far.
See, that doesn't.
Don't
Let me
take it too far.
respond. Let me respond. So if Arteta actually gets the best out of Havertz, you pay the price for a good
Yeah,
player.
and it's a
So he
good
didn't do
price.
anything special. If you went to Chelsea and were able to convince them, let me finish, to sell you their dead player for 35 million, and he got the best out of him, Arteta is a genius. Here is the risk. If Arteta doesn't get the best out of Havertz now, he's a failure because you already paid 65 million. So I'm expecting Havertz to bang at Arsenal. The difference is when you went to Real Madrid and you offer 35 million euros only for their dead Odegaard and he banged, we praised Arteta. But you go pay top dollar for a player. I'm literally expecting Havertz to get me 15 goals next year.
I
You
think
paid
Havertz is a risk
65
thing,
million. So here is the deal, Dawood. You're getting us wrong. We're not saying that Havertz is definitely not going to work, but you overpaid for a player that was terrible for 3 years. You should have paid 35 million and said, I will show you now how to get the best out of your dead player. But you didn't. You
So-
went
Now,
and
can I
spent
ask
the
him
top
a
dollar.
question?
So
Can I ask him a question?
who's got higher ceiling? I'll ask you, Chelsea fan. Who's got higher ceiling?
Ooh.
Mason
65
Mount or
million.
Kai
Mine
Havertz?
is, mine is 8
Mason-
feet. I don't know what's
Mason Mount or Kai Havertz? Who's got higher
No, I
ceiling?
agree. If Havertz is a no,
Mason
I
Mount.
agree. No, I disagree. I think Havertz has got a higher
I
ceiling.
think
I think
Mason
he's a
Mount.
good. I think it's a great
Alex
question.
is shameless.
No,
bro.
do you know what?
Alex
Do
is
you know what?
shameless.
Let me just tell you something. So
That's fair.
today I've had some City fans message me saying, "Who's better, Kovacic or McAllister?" And I'm like, "Why are you asking me that? Like honestly, I don't know. Yeah, like I don't get what you're rating it on. I just think at times because by the way, just so you know, I started last season rating Arteta, rating Zinchenko, rating Jesus. I still rate Arteta, right? It's just you Arsenal fans, and do you know what? Anyone hearing this, because you hated me last season, you can hate me next season. Just calm down with the way you talk, please. Like what were you going to say? Because someone interrupted you. You were about to say Havertz in the first 3 months will be one of the best.
One of the best midfielders in the Premier League.
No, he won't. He won't even
There,
start.
there we
man.
go.
And-
Gentleman case proven.
That's my question.
One
to
second.
him.
Kaz said,
Hold on,
Kaz,
guys.
Kaz,
He didn't
you just
even
said
say
you-
player.
you
He
just
said
he won't start.
midfielders.
You said he
Midfielders.
won't start, Kaz. You
He's
said he
not
won't
gonna
start.
start.
one of the
Where
best
does he start?
midfielders
He's
in
not
the
even
Premier
gonna
League.
start
centre
there.
mid.
That's number
No,
one.
he's not. Send him. You know what? Sorry, Alex. Can I go? Or do you want to go? Because this is gonna piss me off.
Okay,
you know?
Kaz. Is Bernardo Silva left centre mid?
No.
Ooh, wait, one sec. But
No, so why does he play left centre mid
one sec,
alongside
one
Rodri?
sec. The difference between Havertz and Bernardo Silva are
Well,
well.
he played on the left for quite a while, to be fair.
Bernardo Silva.
The work ethics itself is like day and night. Like
Day
just
and night,
forget-
bro.
And the way we play
Forget,
football,
like,
the way we
abilities.
play football, if you man have watched Arsenal, the way we play
I
football,
do.
we moved to a back three. Rice
Yeah,
will go in midfield with Zinchenko as a two.
No, bro,
midfield
just-
space in
just-
front of the
just
back
say-
three.
Can I
What
give
you
him
can
one
also
And then
say
have
is,
a
if
midfield
anyone
three
watches
of Havertz,
City,
Odegaard, and
yeah, B-Tech City, I get it. B-Tech
mean,
City, I get it.
My man. I saw Granit Xhaka in the 18 of the opposition. Arsenal lose the ball, and I saw Granit Xhaka block the shot after 10 seconds. Kai Havertz is gonna take him 2 days just to track to halfway line.
you're seriously telling me that Granit Xhaka has better recovery pace than Havertz?
He has definite- Oh my God.
No, I'm saying that.
Defensively.
No, actually, there's a simple answer to this. We don't even need to say that. Havertz has been playing the false nine role. So, like, he doesn't even know. He hasn't been playing that role. So,
Actually,
like,
he played
Can
for
I-
6
can someone
months
say the question
under
again?
Lampard.
and
Under
Can
how
someone
was
say
Lampard,
the
he
question
and
played
how
for
was it,
8
Alex?
months,
How was
and
it?
he was shite.
No, you can't. I'm not going to judge him over Frank Lampard. To be fair, but what was the question?
No. The first time when he first signed him,
Listen,
he was
Oh.
8
I'm
for
not
6
I
months.
judging any
defended-
players.
listen,
I'm not
Dawood,
judging
I
any
sat
players
here-
that go to Chelsea because Raheem Sterling, when he was at Man City, was one of the best wingers. He goes to Chelsea from day one. He stunk, and he never had a good performance at Chelsea.
He
So I'm
did,
not
but
judging
he
anyone that
actually
goes-
It is
started
the
off all right.
problem. It is
He
your argument. Listen, Dawood, we are not arguing that Havertz was great at Leverkusen and has high potential.
But you're saying,
and he
you're saying
Let me finish.
Arsenal
Let
are
me
stupid
finish.
enough to pay 6.
Yes,
Kai
so let me
Havertz market
finish.
value is
Let
around
me
50 million.
finish. Let me just finish. 50 million euros, 41 million pounds,
That's good.
50 million euros. Go
That's
check
right,
it.
you know. That's
Go
good for
check
that.
it. That's
Can
he is-
I have?
you
Can
don't
I-
Dawood,
no.
you don't understand our point. We say that you overpaid for a player that might
By
have
how much? By
potential,
how much?
that might have at least 15-20 million pounds.
No, I think
least.
40 million's great for Havertz. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not knocking that.
That's a
Yeah, I would-
reasonable
how
price,
much?
technically. 40,
How much?
40 million pounds.
40 million pounds, I thought
Redneck,
it was a
Redneck-
reasonable price.
Redneck said that Koulibaly's market value is 40 million. Okay.
Yeah.
And now you're saying that Kai Havertz's market value is 40 million as well.
No,
No,
Alex
that's
is
what
shameless
you
and he
paid
was
for
lying.
him.
Alex is shameless and he was lying.
Hold on.
No.
Hold on.
Hold on
Are
a
you,
second.
Mo, are
Hold
you
on a
telling
second.
me?
Hold on a
Mo, are
second.
you telling me that you went and checked it and what Lee said earlier, they've paid 40 million for him, or is that what you're saying his market value is?
No. It's
No,
Alex
no.
is saying
What
that.
when we are talking about the Saudis pay only 20, I said we could find a club to buy him for 40.
Oh, all day long, yeah.
That
You see
no,
what I'm saying?
no.
So
Not
what I'm-
Koulibaly. No.
Hold on a
Not
second.
Koulibaly.
I can
No, I
tell
thought
you,
you meant
no,
Havertz.
I
I'm
can
lost
tell
now.
you
I'm gone.
why. I can tell you why
Yes.
there's such a low price for Koulibaly versus Kai Havertz.
Yes.
There's a night and day who's better performed in a long term and a long time and a long career. You don't have to believe me, but
There is no
people
career,
that-
Alex, for Koulibaly. Koulibaly is 32, so there's no long career. What?
He means
Yeah,
before. Over the years.
I think you're
okay.
misunderstanding the
Yeah.
argument,
Yeah.
the conversation.
Yeah.
The value is not basically how Kai Havertz should be having zero value based on 3 years that he's been at Chelsea. You see what I'm saying? But because he's young, he reaches that because he's young, and he's still going based on what he did at
Leverkusen.
the Bundesliga. You see what I'm saying? He's still riding that wave. That's why they paid 65 for him. You see what I'm
And
saying?
that's why-
But
and that's why-
Koulibaly, you're not going based on what he did last season. Even though last season, first of all, when did we start to come into the Premier League and all of a sudden, bang, we're not giving a person to get attacked. Especially, you're gonna criticize Koulibaly on Chelsea season? Mo,
Yeah, but it's
I'm
not
asking-
40. Alex,
No, no,
Alex,
no, no,
it's
no,
not
no.
40, Alex. Alex,
Can I
Serie A
put-
team.
no.
Can I put
Alex.
2 pence in here, please? Can I put 2 pence
Yes,
in here?
Kaz,
yes,
Kaz,
yes.
Kaz,
Let
breaking
Kaz
news,
talk. Let Kaz talk.
Oh,
Breaking
I'm
news. I just
agree
want
with
to say one thing, Kaz.
Go on.
Breaking news that Chelsea, Man United willing to spend 65 million pounds for Mason Mount.
No, who said
And I'm
that?
telling you, he'll fit better
Fabrizio.
for Mason Mount. Will fit
No,
better.
No,
at
but
United than
Cass wouldn't lie to himself and tell you that it's a great
If
signing.
Mason
That's
Mount
the
is worth
difference.
65 million
Cass will
pounds,
say,
then Kai Havertz is worth 90 million.
No,
That's
wait,
what-
wait,
But
wait.
do it. But that's the thing. The whole point here is hold on. You can after this. The whole point here is is you're not listening. You're getting so defensive that what you just said there is you're talking about the value. No one here is. Havertz could be a great signing for you. He could be, yeah. No one's saying, and you said, but Mount could be a great signing for Man United. But there's not a chance in hell that Cass is going to say, I guarantee you in the first 3 months, this guy's one of the top midfielders in the Premier League. And that's what you do wrong.
No,
You
Dabs,
just
Dabs,
take
Dabs,
it
Dabs,
too
Dabs.
far.
I promise you, Dabs, if Mason Mount goes
Bro,
to Man United,
you've told
if
me
Mason
so
Mount
much.
goes
I
to
don't
United
believe the words you
for
say.
if Mason Mount goes to Man United for 65 million pounds, you won't see a single
He's not,
rival fan
though.
violating Man United for buying Mason Mount.
You're
for 65
lying.
Let it
Oh,
go.
they
Every
overpay
man-
Mason Mount.
Cass,
They
Cass,
overpay.
Cass is
But when
turn.
we do it,
Cass is
when we
turn.
do it,
Nice.
we get violated because we're
No.
the most hated club in the Premier League.
Violated.
No,
Whoa,
every
whoa,
Man
fucking hate
United
you.
fan,
Agreed.
every Man United fan is dissing the price for Mason Mount. You will never find one account, decent human being account
By the
on
way-
Twitter saying that Man United fans are happy with the price. They say 45 million. Cass, the floor is yours.
The
I'm
only,
sorry.
the only. Here's the really funny
Alex,
part about.
let
Yeah,
Cass.
here's
Oh,
really.
yeah, really? No, I'm gonna allow it. Go on, Alex.
Look,
You
let
go.
me tell you
I'm a
about
victim, man.
something
How
about
do
like who, based on history Chelsea, because Kai Havertz came same time when Mount came. They have same exact age, with same exact year when they came.
Under Lampard, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes. So please, Dad, out of 3 years at Chelsea, out of both players, who had the better
Mount all day
season,
long. Mount for a season and a half
more
was solid.
consistency?
Yeah, all day long.
So if you really think about it, I will see more common sense from Arsenal going for Mount than Kai Havertz.
That's what I said, and I was gonna allude to this. I agree
And
with you. That would, yeah.
Mason Mount
Oh
in
my
the Premier
God.
League.
Yo, I have to mute you because I am.
I was
going.
about to do it. It's
I
fine.
am going. That would you're disrespecting my thing, bro.
He's
All right,
waving fours.
Maybe
Bro,
don't
you
use
haven't
it though,
waved
yeah.
1-1,
That's
let
the
alone
first time
fours.
that's the first time I've done that since.
Yeah, we don't use it enough. to
But
be
he's
fair.
lying, bro. Kaz is lying.
No, I
He
haven't
said
said
Mason
anything. I
Mount.
haven't said
Stop
that.
talking. He hasn't even said the thing, bro.
I'm not saying Kaz. I'm saying he's lying. He said
It's
Mason
then Kaz
Mount
is
and Kai
Alex.
Havertz. He said Mason Mount and Kai Havertz have been in the Premier League same time. That's
I'm
completely wrong.
gonna go.
No,
to-
they both start. No, he's not lying because both of them
They both
actually
came under
started
Lampard
playing.
year, man.
They both
The guy was in
started
VTs.
playing under the Lampard
then-
era.
And
They
then
both
before
started
that,
playing
he
on the
was a
Lampard year.
championship.
I've just checked the stats. Mason Mount started in 1920 and Kai Havertz started 2021 in Premier League.
All right. So how many games did Mount play in 1920 in the
Eight
Premier League?
games. 8 Premier League games.
All right, there we go. If you want to win on technicalities, no problem, bro. You won the league on technicalities, probably.
You know what it is, yeah. You know what it is, though, Dawood. Yeah, I agree. Havertz is definitely a better footballer than Mount. I can totally
Yeah.
agree.
Technically,
But,
he's
but
technical
Mount
better.
is that doesn't work out in the Premier League all the time. Look, Pogba had all the ability in the world, but guess what? He wasn't always that great, was he? And all the ability, what do you have to show for it? I can compare this situation to somebody else. Look, Mount, I agree. Mount. The thing is, we're debating over mid. Do you understand this? We're talking about mids and Havertz, and we're talking about mids and Mount. Like these are
This
mid
should be,
players,
this should
bro.
be
It
Tottenham
shouldn't even
conversations, to
it
be
shouldn't even
fair
be a
with you.
topic, bro. The
It
difference
should
is
be Tottenham. It should be Tottenham.
you're happy.
having
The
this
thing is, you're doing
conversation.
revisionism, yeah, on a player like Havertz because of what you saw back then. But if we do the same thing, what I used to think of Mount when he was young, by the way, 21, 20, I'd be doing exactly the same thing right now, revisionism. But you're trying to convince yourself that he's something special because you believe in your manager, which is fair enough.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean you can't disagree with the choice of player. Now, you need 8, and you think Havertz is an 8, or he can play 8. Bro, the way you play, I'm telling you for free, Havertz is weak, he gets bullied, he's got no pace, he's got no recovery pace, by the way, only in doses. I've watched him, by the way, and it doesn't make any sense, right? You know who this reminds me of? Jadon Sancho. All the ability in the world, got nothing to show for it, though. Been here 2 years, Havertz been here for 3 years. Not good enough, bro.
You know, but the thing is, what you
not
should do is you should sit there. You should just sit there and go, do you know what? Yeah. If you have faith in your manager, which I do get, and I applaud, you should. It's a good place to be in. But just go, do you know what? Let me see what cooks. Because I can sit here right now and say, Kovacic. Like, there's no hype round us buying him. But if Pep wants him, cool. There's no point in me talking. Liverpool fans talked up Darwin Núñez. Look what happened, right? Let the player cook. There is a good chance that Arteta puts a hand round Havertz and actually turns him into something. But when you come on, and maybe you're doing it for a reason, but and say within 3 months he's one of the best midfielders in the Premier League, it makes everyone think you don't watch football. To be frank with you, because
he's not coming in as a first choice. This is what I'm trying to say to you. Party might leave. You're going to get a DM. Yeah, right. That clip goes to show that Rice isn't your DM spot. He's an 8. And he can play 6, but he's an 8, man. Let's be honest. In elite football, I think the way is shifting.
Shaking his head. Are you playing Rice as a 6?
Like he's not. He's like Kai Havertz is not the guy. You know what? I'm gonna tell you your team. Yeah, and you tell me because you think he's a first teamer, and you tell me if this is even better than your last season squad. Jesus, Martinelli, Saka, brilliant front three. I can't lie. I like Jesus. I like what he brings to the team. I think that's definitely he can win a league there. He's done it. And yes, latter years in City, if we're doing revisionism, went on his right. Erdegaard, Havertz, and Rice.
It's a good midfield, but I don't know if it's fully balanced.
I'm not being funny. We're not going to just forget that Partey was absolutely one of the sickest mid DMs in for a lot of the time in the game. The reason why Rice had to go DM in the first place because Souček couldn't do it. He's more better as an 8. I like Rice's defensive numbers. In a better team, he could ball out there. I've seen him lost in the sauce.
I like the sound of that midfield. This is the thing.
Havertz.
It's pre-season. It's pre-season. Last season, I was having to go on Arsenal shows and sell every single Arsenal fan Zinchenko and Jesus, never dreaming that they would end up being our rivals. So right now, it's the same. I have no idea. Right now, I think it might be Arsenal or Liverpool. But I have no idea. So I am not singling out any club as rivals, yeah? I'm just saying, when you just said those that midfield of 3, who was it? Rice?
What Rice, Havertz, and Erdegaard?
Bro,
that makes no sense. There's no balance.
But do you know what? Let it cook. Don't start screaming. It's the best midfield in the league.
Did you just see what you did there again, though, Daps? You're talking down on Arsenal because you can. And why? Because we're doing this thing again called potential FC, what might become something. Instead of what you wanted, Dawood, and be a big club that you should be because you are, Arsenal Football Club should not be in this place debating if Havertz should be a starting 8 when you told me, not you directly, when I say you, I mean a lot of Arsenal fans, we got this Champions League football. We are Arsenal Football Club. We're going right to the top. We need to pick the best of the bunch. Bro, I'm looking at Newcastle going to get Tonali, who would have suited you.
Yeah, man.
You know? How about that? Why don't you go get Barella? Go get me a top centre mid. Guess what you do? You go and big up a guy that costs 65 million. That's going to be potential. Dan Potts was exactly right, and he's been right all along. He said on AFTV, we shouldn't be this car. I don't want to see signings that might be good in the next 2 to 5 years. These Brazilian wonder kids and all that. We need something now, today. Kai Havertz isn't nothing now today. And that's
Havertz is
Lavia is not the truth and now today.
But let's be clear. The transfer window is far from closed. So I'm going to be consistent with what I've been saying, yeah? That if this is early doors, salute Arsenal for getting some business done early, taking advantage of Chelsea, like Saudis have, and gone bargain or whatever, yeah? But if you're so happy with Havertz, if the transfer window shuts tomorrow, are you rating this a good transfer window? Or actually, if it closes in a month and you've gone and bought better players than Havertz, and Havertz is a squad player, is that when you're really happy?
If you said to me, end of the season, I'll ask you guys one question. Because I've asked him over that question, he said no. Is Kai Havertz an upgrade on Granit Xhaka?
Completely different players.
You know what the maddest thing is?
If I said to you, if I asked you the same question last season before the season started,
I will answer yes.
If I asked you the question,
what is it? Can
one second. Before the season started last season, no one ever said, not a single person. You cannot find a single person that said Granit Xhaka needs to play left centre mid. Granit Xhaka needs to play left centre mid, and he's been at Arsenal for 7 years. He's been at Arsenal. No, but 1 second. He's been at Arsenal for 7 years.
Though.
No, because he doesn't. Granit Xhaka has been playing defensive midfielder for Arsenal for 6 seasons. Not one single Arsenal fan on YouTube, Twitter that said he needs to move away from CDM and move to an attacking position and left centre mid. Not a single one. Arteta moved him to left centre mid. Looked like a better player. Scored more goals.
Attacking position.
But he was always a midfielder though.
If you check his heat map, if you check Granit Xhaka's heat map in every game, he's more in the box than most of any player.
Bro, you know what? this is really small margins, but Havertz is playing as part. He's been playing as a false nine. He's part of a front three. Yeah. Even if you, for me, I actually think he'd work in a kind of David Silva role if you got a striker, right? That's where I think he'd
Exactly.
work best. Right?
Havertz is not playing. Havertz is not going to play alongside Declan Rice. He's going to be
Can we,
Zinchenko.
can we stop talking about Kai Havertz as well? This is meant to be for Chelsea and a debate on Chelsea and Nkunku's, the Nkunku's.
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
Enzo
I swear this
Fernandezes,
is
Levi
Dawood. You're
Colwill.
taking over the stream. You're taking over the internet, bro. You're literally taking over
Oh,
the internet.
that's what his aim is. So he's
Okay,
winning.
so
no.
let me
It's just that if you said to me beginning of the season, we're getting rid of Partey, we're getting rid of Xhaka, we're bringing in Havertz and Rice and Latvia, 3 players, and we're getting rid of 2 players, I don't talk to any day of the week. That's all I'm
Well,
saying.
Okay,
there's
is taking
still a
too
question.
long.
There's still question you get in Rice. What if you still gonna hold on to it too long? You lose your. What happened to Mudrik? You've been dancing and
Yeah,
dancing and dancing,
I think that's
and
spot
all of
on.
a
That's a
sudden we're
risk.
like, you know what?
No,
We'll take him.
Rice is done. Rice is done.
I agree with you. I do agree with you, and that's me.
Cringy.
That's me putting my hope in that Rice. There's 2 things I actually am interested in as City hat off and just looking at. I think firstly, I think what Arsenal need is a Gundogan, experience, won a league, but Rice might be that young player that could bring you that, maybe. Second thing is, I do have a little bit of faith that Rice might be a rare one that actually wants to stay in London, wants to keep it local, and might not go up north. However, you could have got. Apparently, you've been dealing with him since January, right? The window is open. McAllister's bought. Kovacic, good as done. A lot of people are getting deals done. If you lot had this done back in January, yeah, why is it not done yet? Why are you risking? Because what West Ham want is replacements. Fulham have just said, you want a replacement? We want 90 million, yeah? Now, City have been waiting to see what Gundogan's done. Gundogan said, I'm going. So now City are going to come in and go, we have a replacement and we have money. Now, I do think he still goes to you, but why the fuck are your boards even risking that? Like,
It's
Are
because
you not worried?
because I think you're linked with Gvardiol. I think if you're gonna
he's
go
a
get
defender.
him, yeah. So you're gonna spend
Not a
90 million
DM.
on. I know, but 1 second, you're gonna spend 90 million on Gvardiol. You're
Right.
gonna spend 30 million on Kovacic, and you're gonna tell me you're gonna spend another 100 million.
But
on
we
another
just won
midfielder.
300 million out of the trophies we won.
I know,
And
but-
last summer, we were one of the lowest net spends. So City spending money, if we've got experienced players go, is not an issue.
I know. But all I'm saying is the reason why we're confident because David Sullivan, West Ham owner,
That wasn't my question.
he thinks. I know your question was why we're not getting this done early.
it's
Arsenal
done,
know
why is
that
it not done?
Arsenal know that we're the only club in town. We're the only club in town. David Sullivan thinks
Hold on.
that
Explain that, please.
because there was rumors that Man City were going to come in and they're waiting for Arsenal to do this and that.
No, we're waiting for Gundogan to make a decision.
No, but City never get into a bidding war. City never get into a bidding war. So we're not going to do a bidding war with Man City. They're not stupid. Okay, they're not like Chelsea. They're going to spend 120 million and say, "Oh, we'll blow you out of the water. Well, let's go get him." And number 2 is that Declan Rice wants to stay in London. Everyone knows
You
that.
still haven't answered my question.
Everyone knows
Why
that.
are you fucking about?
Because
Lewis
we're not
Channel,
gonna
guys.
we're not gonna listen to David Sullivan and let him bully us into a price that he wants. We're the only club that's willing to pay that much money, and we will get him under the amount that David Sullivan wants. We will get him for 90 plus 10 million. 90 plus 10 million. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, guys. I need to do these super chats. Memphis Depay saying, guys, Arsenal is the best in the world's other trash. Maybe that is what I'm not sure.
100%.
That's sarcastic,
agree.
of course. Jay So is saying 65 for CFC Deadwood. Now 60 for the future of AC. We'll see how it is. Yeah. It's exactly yes. If you want to talk about Tonali, I'm gonna touch on Tonali in a bit. And Dan Watson is saying Mount was Arteta's first target, by the way. Common knowledge.
Wow, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that, but thanks for telling us, my friend.
Oh yeah, you wanted him
Memphis
with Klopp. I remember.
Would you spend 60 million on Havertz or Mount? Neither. This is my answer. I don't know if anybody else has a different answer.
If it was me, I'm choosing Mount. Not only
Same,
just
I'd
biased
choose Mount.
because I just think he'd be more suited to what we need overall more than what Havertz would be.
I'd choose Mount,
Exactly.
but just for the sake of the comments, it must be because
Look,
he's
I
English.
always said Kai Havertz. There's the 2 types of players. It's the ones that have that natural football ability and the ones that work hard for that ability. Mount it's working hard to become that ability. He doesn't have that natural flair. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have that. What Kai Havertz has before he come to Chelsea. I'm not saying after 3 years. I'm saying before that, he had that. He had that. I thought that he could be a decent potential, but then he became a donkey, just like the animals he's in love with. So
Yeah, man. I want to talk about someone that's better than both of them as well. Like, because I'm talking about Pochettino and the team that's evolving. Nkunku, man. Another guy that's coming
I
from
know nothing about
Bundesliga.
him. Can someone just answer me? What is that? What's the balloon doing? Can someone just confirm to me what that balloon picture's about, please?
What balloon?
he just celebration.
Well, he does some nitrous oxide.
Yeah, like it's a personal thing. Like like he's like celebrates the balloon thing.
It's
I think.
mad.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I
It's
know.
like Balotelli lifted a short. Why is always me?
Okay.
Oh,
Look,
okay.
Can we seriously talk about Chelsea for real now? For
Yeah.
5 minutes, talk about Caicedo, Enzo, Nkunku. You get another striker. You sell Lukaku, you get another striker. That defense with Pochettino. Where is the ceiling for this team?
Thank you, Elias. Sorry.
For me, if you spend that much money in a year and you get these players in, the expectation is for you to challenge for the league. Even if it's
You're
realistic.
talking about me personally, or you're talking about like you think the
I'm
club?
talking about the common sense. I'm not talking about the club.
Okay.
Of course, they're going to say they want to make a step forward, get Champions League. I'm talking about common sense.
though. You don't mean common sense.
That's not common sense to win the Champions League, the league. Sorry.
Yeah,
Not
that's
to
what
win
I'm
it,
saying,
at
like,
least challenge.
What
I
happened to
think we're
Everton?
gonna be in the top 4. If we're going with the way the window we're going, I think it's top 4. There's a difference between statement signings, for example, for Chelsea, than for Arsenal, or for me personal. That's how I do. I think a statement signing was already happened. It's Enzo, and we build the team around Enzo. You see what I'm saying? We're looking for the midfielder that complements Enzo. Then we're gonna look for the players that gonna complement the style of play from that specific point. So, for example, we already have Enzo. What kind of midfielder do we need? We need somebody that what Enzo doesn't have, which is fast pace, read the defensive structure, and be more disturbed in the midfield. Yeah. So in the market, there's only a couple of that actually can bang from the day one. It's Rice, and it's what's his name?
Caicedo.
For me personally, I think Rice is slightly higher in this position. He's slightly better because, first of all, he's a little bit more accomplished player. The ceiling on the top of on this conversation, it's different. I think Caicedo can go far more, and for me, he can do the dirty work. But nobody paid attention on him how good he was in the World Cup when he reaches that final third, which Chelsea been lacking for a while. Conte was dead when he was going up until specific place. Same as Kovacic. Brilliant under press, counter press. Everything is brilliant. The minute that he reaches the final third, he becomes Arsenal. Then, what's his name? And and between those two transition things, this is why Chelsea never had a good offensive game, because that transition was always dead between midfield and the final third. So for me, if we get in Caicedo and what's his name, and we already got
Enzo next to him, yeah.
People saying we might need another one. I don't think we need it now yet. Right this minute, I don't think we need another one. First of all, because we only play one game a week. That's number one. Number two, I will love Lavia. Lavia is one of the kids that I put the eye since the beginning. The guy is impressive. Really, really impressive. But I think he's too young to be in the number one role as a starter, especially when you're going to that kind of level of the game. So for us to pay 50 mil for the player to be developed on the bench, we're not going to give him enough time to develop. By the way, guess what? Chelsea already has 2 of those. That Brazilian brilliant kid that became the U21's player of the tournament. What's his name? and then another one, Italian kid. We already have two kids.
Casadei, they have Casadei. Yeah.
Casadei and the other one. Casadei, I think, is slightly younger.
Santos, Andre Santos.
Yes. So why do we need to pay 50 for pretty much the same? Santos is 19, same as Lavia. Santos did over there. He didn't do in the league. I agree with that. But to play one time a week, I don't think I need the 50 mil to prove me that he can play one time as a sub in the Premier League. I don't want to ruin Lavia's career either, because I respect that kid. I think he will do better for him and somebody else's team. Maybe not this
Brighton, someone like Brighton,
exactly.
Improve himself here. It's too, especially where Chelsea are right now.
Exactly, we
Like,
have enough.
You can't
now.
be a team in transition and bring in. You saw it with Liverpool last year. With Liverpool, when they started the season and they were trying to play a couple of younger players, it's like, no, we're kind of a team in transition right now. It's not that. We can't bring in. And I think you're right. Actually, the fact that you don't have Europe, Enzo and Caicedo, is Caicedo and Chelsea close?
Well, there is a conversation. There's a conversation that we but I don't know. Like, look, I'm not in the know. I don't know people.
Yeah, I hear you.
And
Everybody's in the know,
how
but
much
not
you
me.
purchasing Casado for? What's the price on Casado?
If I don't know if we're purchasing him, how do I know how much he's gonna?
No,
pay
but
for
I'm
him?
saying like what? Because the Chelsea, Brighton.
Let's
said
say
they're not
100
accepting
million.
anything.
Fuck it. Let's
They're not
say 100
accepting
million.
anything.
70,
If it
it's
was
going to be
me,
70
if it
plus
was
10. It's going to be 70 plus 10
Yeah, I
bonus.
think it was about 70.
This
yeah.
is the report. Again, the report
Hold on,
price
hold
is
on.
70 plus 10.
Hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, reaction, bottom corner. Go on.
Brighton are not selling
By the way,
Casado
for
70
me,
million.
I'm going for the reports. I'm not saying I know.
Yeah.
It's just
And
the reports.
I didn't say
tweets.
what the reports are saying.
tweets
I'm saying
from-
what do you
I
think,
think-
Brighton will sell him for?
I think it will be a 70 with actual bonuses that can be reached.
Hmm.
You see, not Ballon d'Or bonuses that probably will never be reached, or Champions. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So for me, I tell you the truth. I've watched Casado and so many games this season. I think he, based on the market, based how much those young kids are going right now, I don't have problem even pay 100 for him. I really don't. I really don't.
Yeah, no.
Just
You
because.
just want to win. You just want to pay for the league, innit?
No. Yeah, because one specific thing, people think that we can teach. I think top 4 and the ones that fight for the title, they don't have time to develop young players. I don't think they do. This is why Foden should be in every game if he could, but he can't. Pep knows you cannot afford too many losses. You can't. If you think about on the teams that loses, they lose 6 games a season. Are you ready to put those 6 games a season for the kid that? No, you can't.
It's a fact.
You have to play.
Fair.
So this is the only reason why I don't think I'm saying 100 based on the market. I'm not saying this is. If it was me, I couldn't afford him if he was $1,000 because he ain't bringing my kids the food. You see what I'm saying? That's my. But
With his wage, I
in
think
the
he would.
Chelsea, yeah. Look, we paid for Lukaku 100.
Well, his
based
wage
on-
now cannot afford your mortgage, Alex. He can't.
Exactly.
His wage
Tell
now
me about
cannot
it. This
afford
guy,
your mortgage.
this guy on the left saying that like, oh my God, the quality of the player based on how much he pay for it. I guess Lukaku's Ballon d'Or win.
No.
Next
I didn't
nominee
say
because
that. I didn't
he's
say that.
100.
I think you got it mixed up.
I want
But
Benison, man. Give me
if-
I like
Benison.
the
If-
jersey.
if-
I like
if-
the
if-
jersey, though, to be honest.
Yeah, no.
Is that the new one?
Come on, bro.
You already put the
if-
Champions League on it. You haven't even played there yet. It's like, what is
Let me
this?
show him something
What
that
is
he will
this?
never see. Have a light.
Oh my God!
Hold on. It's,
Oh, with the Champions League badge.
The Champions League badge. The Champions
gonna
League.
play it
Yeah,
anyway.
Champions
when I
League.
bought it from the Arsenal website, they said you want the Champions League badge. I said,
of course they
"You'll be dying
do.
for
Of course they do. It costs you more.
Anyway, guys, we've been going for almost an
But
hour, 45
There
minutes.
should be high expectations in Chelsea because if you got midfield free of Nkunku, Enzo, and Casado, that's 250 million plus on just 3 players in midfield. And if they don't have high expectation, because if we had a midfield free of players that were worth 250 million pounds, because you guys still talk about
I
Pepe.
agree with you, Dawood. I agree with Dawood.
If
I agree with
it's me, I'm looking at AC. I'm looking at Inter Milan and be like, Kai said if you're 100 million, give me Brozovic then. I'm taking Brozovic. Experience.
Just while we're talking on expectations, I do agree with you. The expectations with Chelsea should be high in the league, but with Arsenal and the fact you went 19 years in a row in the Champions League, one final, one semi-final. Now you've got a top 3 midfielder in the Premier League in Havertz. You've got Odegaard.
No, I didn't say he is.
You've got Odegaard, who you think is one of the best midfielders. You'd better win that Champions League next season, bro. You would better, especially now you've got paid for that badge. Arsenal, you'd better win that Champions League next season.
Why?
That's all I'm saying, bro.
You know, guys.
Okay.
Thank you, Dawood.
Always an Arsenal
Appreciate
thing in the end.
Always appreciate you being here with us.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you being here. And Alex, thank you so much for joining. Late but great. But guys, catch us tomorrow afternoon for more news. And we thank you for the support. We thank everybody that
Can I
supported
address
us.
one person in the chat, please? Just one. I know it's not Louis' channel, but one person in the chat. Reggie, you said earlier that you want to
Not
meet.
Reggie. No, address him properly. It's not Reggie. It's Jack Napier.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
You said that you would like to meet. Just make sure you have something that, like a vest, like the
You
vest.
don't do it.
allow
He'll
it.
be in your inbox. He'll be in your inbox. Don't.
ignore him,
Oh
or
my
he'll stalk
God.
you.
Here we go. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. If you can get us guys to 400 likes before you leave the video while the outro is playing, we'd really appreciate it. Also, leave a comment on how deluded we are after the video, and we're out of here.
Yourself.